Hey everybody, this is Cover 4 presented by JCPenney. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. I'm Lindsay Draper. I've got David Hellman, Taylor Stern, and the many faces of Emmanuel
Sort
Ondo.
of. We sort of
right
have
here.
Sort
He'll
of.
be joining us sort of in a little bit. You'll see.
It's 2017. Technology,
We have the
Technology matters.
technology matters.
Exactly. Cowboys taking on the Rams this weekend. It's going to be a big game, and it's not going to be easy. I don't know what you think about the Rams, but don't worry. We're going to talk a lot about it. Dave, start us off with kickoff.
It's been a topic of constant concern this entire season, but have heart, Cowboys fans. When the Cowboys host the Rams, Week 4, looks like they're going to have their full complement of defensive backs on hand. Nolan Carroll, Chido Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, all healthy and participating in practice. Can only help that pass defense in Week 4.
Dak Prescott got his first rushing touchdown of the season last week in Arizona. But hey guys, did you know that when he does get a rushing touchdown, the Cowboys are 6-0 in games? So maybe he'll get one against the Rams too.
Nice little stat, Tay.
What do you have for us, Manny? Anything?
Manny's just here to...
A lot of looks, not a lot of substance, as per usual.
Wow, Dave.
That's it.
Going
That's
savage
it.
mode
Just
early.
saying.
All right, guys, let's get to retweet, like, or block because we are about that technology.
We are.
Let's discuss what we have on deck today. Now, the first one is that Dez Bryant is going to go off the charts this weekend because, guys, the first 3 weeks he's had a stacked backfield to go up against. This might be different.
Hey, can I give my best Manny impression here?
Yes.
He a dog, and he's finally going to have his best dog game this Sunday when he goes up against the Rams. And it's going to be an exciting time for him because finally, he doesn't have a crazy secondary to go up against.
Retweet.
I'm retweeting this all day. Sorry,
And like.
I don't think Trumaine Johnson is on the level of some of these other cornerbacks like Aqib Talib and Patrick Peterson. I think Dez is going to have a great day.
Great day.
Retweet, like, or block. Jared Goff's success is smoke and mirrors. He's averaging 10 yards an attempt right now.
It shouldn't be smoke and mirrors because he was the #1 overall pick, right, Dave?
Yeah, that's what I was
And
going to
so
say.
it shouldn't be smoke and mirrors, but unfortunately he had such a slow rookie season. People are kind of like, is this for real? Should we really get excited? Is this going to end soon? And the Rams did this last year. They had a 3-1 start and kind of ended up having the season they did with 4-12.
I'm blocking this. I don't know. I mean, he's not Aaron Rodgers, but I certainly don't think this is fool's gold. He's having a very good first month of the season. I think the Cowboys have the personnel, especially with a healthy secondary, to challenge him. I don't think this is fool's gold, though. He was the #1 overall pick. He's a good player.
Cowboys offensive line earns their praise this week. I think I'm going to like this.
This is a hard
That's why I'm not
defensive line.
retweeting.
Yeah, smart, Lindsay.
A
Smart
very
to kind of
quiet
in the middle.
like. A very quiet like.
It's
You're
like that like
A late
that
night like?
kitty
Yeah.
like, late night like. It's like we
You're
love
hoping
you.
nobody sees that you liked it. You know,
when
you're
it
like,
comes up on
"Oh."
the timeline.
Yeah, I don't know. Because Aaron Donald, Mike Brockers, these are fantastic. I think their defensive tackles are the strength of this entire team. I think the Cowboys are up to the challenge, but I do not think it's going to be easy at all.
Interesting. Retweet, like, or block, guys. Todd Gurley is more talented than Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, that's hard because last season, of course, he had the great rookie season, but last season he fell off a little bit. And of course, maybe you could blame it on, hey, they didn't have all the pieces they need. But now this offense is loaded up, and he has been the guy. I mean, we told you guys earlier this week, he's leading their team with touchdowns, receptions, and carries.
Yep.
So he's their guy. Luckily for Zeke, he doesn't have to be that guy.
I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm just going to be a homer and block it. Whatever. Zeke's awesome. Cowboys' offensive line is good.
Block it.
Just
I'm
block it.
blocking
Get out of here with
anyone
this.
who thinks they're better than Zeke.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
kind of
pretty
like
much how I
the
feel.
way that reality is. Okay, Cowboys give the Rams a wake-up call on Sunday afternoon.
I don't know what wake-up call they would need because I feel like they're kind of already on ice. So I'm going to like this. I'm not going to retweet it because I don't know how much certainty it's going to be just to be crazy for them. But I'll go ahead and like it for the Cowboys.
I'm going to retweet because it will be a literal wake-up call. The Rams will be 10 a.m. Pacific time when
This
it's
is
A
true.
literal
kickoff.
wake-up call.
I think the Cowboys win. So 2 different types of wake-up calls.
Okay, well, let's get more into the matchup as we go into top five. These are the things, the people, the matchups that you need to keep your eye on. And the first one, we're going to hand over to Manny.
Manny.
Thanks, Lindsay. The highlight matchup for me, it has to be Jared Goff versus the Cowboys secondary. Now, everybody wonders, is Jared Goff for real? And that's a valid question, especially after last year in his 7 starts. He didn't show too much poise, and he didn't show too much promise. But this year, this Jared Goff, he looks like the real deal. After 3 weeks, he's 3rd in the NFL in passer rating, trailing only Alex Smith and Tom Brady. And keep in mind, the LA Rams, they had a lot of offseason additions. Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, those guys, those playmakers, they make Goff's job a whole lot easier. They both have over 10 receptions, over 150 yards, and Sammy Watkins has 2 touchdowns to add to all of that. Not to mention the Cowboys secondary. They're injured, concussions, hamstrings, and even those that are healthy, they only make plays at times, but not all the time. I think Jared Goff will have a strong outing. I think he'll have a strong showing. The Cowboys defensive line, they look good. They'll do their part, but will the Cowboys secondary hold up? That's the question. That's the matchup everybody should be watching for. But what about y'all? What about the rest of the matchups?
Thanks, Manny.
I love this dynamic because we get all of Manny's insight without having to interact with him. It's awesome.
Man,
it's fantastic.
He's not going to like watching
It is
That's
great,
fine.
but
It's too bad.
hey,
Come
he
to
asked,
work.
what about us? We got some other ones, don't we, Linz?
Yeah, and I know you're excited about this one. Trumaine Johnson and Dez Bryant.
We've already hinted at it that Dez Bryant finally has a little bit of a break. The first 3 weeks, guys, he's gone up against big-time corners. We saw it, Janoris Jenkins, Patrick Peterson. We got our guy, who was the second week, Aqib Talib. How could I forget? The guy was just taking Dez down. So hopefully Dez can capitalize on this momentum of saying, hey, I still am an elite receiver, and I'll show you that this week. So Trumaine Johnson versus Dez is not the matchup that you guys are probably excited for because it might just be a domination.
Matchup number 3, Sammy Watkins, who Emmanuel Acho just mentioned, and Jordan Lewis, who is going to start, people.
I bring this up for the 3rd time on this show. The Cowboys secondary looks healthy. Even with Nolan Carroll coming back, I don't think Jordan Lewis is coming off the field. I think he's going to play outside a little. I think he's going to play some nickel when the situation requires it. And I think he's fully capable of helping them slow down these Rams receivers. Sammy Watkins is a guy to watch. Cooper Kupp is a guy to watch, the rookie out of Eastern Washington. I think Jordan Lewis is up to this challenge. I can't believe I'm saying that about a guy in his first month of his career. That's just a statement about how impressive he's actually been.
Well, what do you think, Dave, about Zach Martin and Aaron Donald? This is going to be a fantastic matchup.
I will tell you what I think about this, Linz. I remember watching these two go at it in the Senior Bowl way back in 2014.
That's right.
Before they were NFL players. Zach Martin, coming out of Notre Dame, was the only guy that could handle Aaron Donald as a college all-star in Mobile that year. And I think it translates to this game perfectly. I think this is the best defensive tackle in football and the best guard in football. I think they're both going to have their matchups. This, if you like football, this is where you need to be watching. Number 99 versus number 70. I think it's going to be an all-out war. It's going to be awesome.
And the final matchup, DeMarcus Lawrence, he's been pretty good this month, maybe, against Andrew Whitworth.
The whole month. The NFC Defensive Player of the Month, DeMarcus Lawrence, will have a good time going up against Andrew Whitworth. He's seen him in years past. This isn't a new guy to him. Andrew Whitworth, new to the Rams, but not new to DeMarcus Lawrence, so I think he'll take that advantage. And I mean, he is so hungry for sacks right now. He's so hungry to give to this defense. I'm just excited to see who's going to stop him.
All right, earlier this week, we showed you a little Jeopardy! Sports are hard. People aren't really getting it. Well, Michael Irvin stopped by the studio, and you're going to want to see what he said about these Jeopardy! Contestants. That is next on Cover 4, presented by JCPenney.
Cowboys Cover 4 is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' films and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
NFL teams 2.
Defensive tackle Mean Joe Green. Played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yvonne.
NFL team 6.
Running back Marcus Allen. Anupama.
What is Colorado Rockies?
No, sorry. Dennis or Yvonne? Wide receiver Michael Irvin. Played for the Dallas Cowboys.
When I saw that, I felt bad. I was like, oh, man, how do you not know? But then when I saw the totality of it, they missed every one of those NFL questions. And then they said that Eric Dickerson was from the Colorado Rockies or somewhere. So I said, okay, it is not that they don't know me. They don't know anybody that ever played in the NFL. I don't know why, but I thought everybody watched the NFL. I guess we found the only 3 people in the world that do not.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, it's one thing for them not to know you, but the Colorado Rockies?
Come on.
Colorado Rockies.
The baseball team that's only been around for like 25 years. That's just a fail on a lot of levels.
It's weird to think there's more to life than sports. I just don't
understand
believe
it. I don't understand that.
We can't even fathom that. Okay, so Emmanuel earlier this week was assigned a little homework assignment, and he did pretty well. Manny studied up on how the LA Rams were built. What you got, Manny?
So this is how the Los Angeles Rams were built. We have to go back to 2012 and the infamous trade for Robert Griffin III. In 2011, the Rams were pitiful. At the time, they were still the St. Louis Rams. Sam Bradford only started 10 games, and they were the lowest scoring team in the entire league with a 2-14 record. Their point differential was a negative 214, and they got their coach fired. They truly earned the number 2 overall pick in the 2012 draft. The 2012 draft was all about the quarterback at the top, Andrew Luck and RG3. The Rams had just invested the number 1 overall pick and a ton of money into Sam Bradford 2 years prior, and they believed they had their quarterback of the present and future on their roster. So what'd they do? Well, they very wisely decided to trade that number 2 overall pick to the highest bidder, and that was the Washington Redskins. In return for the right to draft RG3, the Rams received the Redskins' next 3 first-round picks in addition to a second-round pick. After some maneuvering by the Rams, the Haul ended up bringing in Michael Brockers, Janoris Jenkins, Isaiah Peed, Rokevius Watkins, Alec Ogletree, Stedman Bailey, Zach Stacy, and Greg Robinson. Brockers and Ogletree are the only 2 players still on the Rams roster, while the guy they were traded for, well, he isn't in the league anymore. So let's fast forward to 2016. After 4 years of mediocrity, the Rams finally hit rock bottom, going 4-12, and once again, their coach got fired. They were so bad that they had to leave the city they used to play in. But this time they took a much more aggressive coaching approach, picking up Sean McVay, former Washington Redskins offensive coordinator, and making him the youngest head coach in modern NFL history. McVay was tasked with turning the Rams' offensive potential and premium draft picks into points on the scoreboard. Key offensive additions of Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Andrew Whitworth, and John Sullivan put McVay's stamp on the 2017 Rams offense. Oh, and they delivered. In the first 3 games, the Rams have scored 40 points twice. That's the same number of 40-point explosions they had in the previous decade combined. Former 10th overall pick Todd Gurley is one of the best players in the league and leads his team in touchdowns, rushing yards, and receptions. Former number 1 pick Jared Goff is completing 70% of his passes at 10 yards a clip and already has more completions of 20-plus yards than he did in his 7 starts last season. Left tackle Andrew Whitworth has allowed 1 QB pressure in his 86 pass blocking snaps. The Rams have had a stout defense for the last 5 seasons, thanks in large part to that RG3 trade we told you about earlier. But now, the Los Angeles Rams offense is a force to be reckoned with, stretching the field deep with Goff's elite arm talent, and then gashing your defensive front with one of the most powerful and elusive backs in the NFL. Sean McVay has unleashed the explosive offense the Rams thought they were getting when they selected Jared Goff and Todd Gurley with early-round picks. The league can no longer sleep on the Los Angeles Rams, and if the Cowboys don't bring their A-game, they'll find themselves in the midst of a shootout with one of the league's hottest offensive masterminds.
Manny is a mastermind for that.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey,
man. It's kind of shocking.
Who knew this guy could do that?
You compile, top 15 picks for about a decade, you might wind up with a pretty good team.
But they only have 2 left.
Well, but keep in mind, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, got Sammy Watkins from Buffalo, who's a top 5 pick. I mean, the talent's there. They just got to put it all together. I'm interested to see what they look like this year.
Maybe they'll start this weekend.
I know.
Who knows? Let's take another break. When we come back, we will play a game called Would You Rather, one of our favorites as we look up to the upcoming slate of games for the weekend. Stay with us. We'll be back after these messages. What do you say we play a little Would You Rather?
Yes.
LA versus Dallas, 2 pretty popular cities, right?
A lot of good stuff that you can compare the 2 big cities.
2 big cities, I love it. First one up, who are you picking, Kobe Bryant or Dirk Nowitzki?
I don't know, Mamba.
Kobe.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Mamba on this one.
5 rings versus 1. And Linz, like I told you before the show, when you shoot a wadded up piece of paper at the garbage can, you don't yell Dirk, you go, Kobe!
but there's only one
MJ.
tall German goat in the NBA.
I mean, he is.
Kobe won.
I got mad
Only
love
by a
for
little bit, though. Surprising.
Mad love for Dirk.
Kobe is the GOAT. All right, let's talk TV. Dallas, the TV show, or 90210?
I'm sorry, guys. I know Dallas is great, and I know the show was very loved, but 90210 was my show. I mean, I would watch reruns in high school. It's just, it went through everything. And it got that low?
Not that low.
Yeah, but
Look at him.
They didn't shoot JR, and that's really all I know about Dallas, so that's all I can say.
This is rap, so I'll let you read this, Dave.
Oh, let's
spelling?
go. Y'all, hit me with Dr. Dre versus DOC. Tay, I know you know the right answer.
Oh, I know Dr. Dre all over.
DOC had his moment in the sun. His career was kind of cut short, unfortunately. Dr. Dre is an icon.
Do we wear Beats by DOC?
No, we wear Beats by Dre.
You went there. And that
Icon.
is how far of a difference it was. All right, this is my least favorite thing to talk about ever. Dallas traffic or LA traffic?
Hey, guys, Dallas traffic is getting worse and worse, and only it's because we're growing, and that's a great sign. But I will never drive in Los Angeles traffic.
If you think Dallas traffic is bad, go spend a day in LA.
Cowboys fans are right.
Hell on earth. Yes, thank you. Dallas
true.
traffic, as bad as it is.
Would you rather play a game or, I guess, own a jersey of the Cowboys color rush or the Rams?
Look at
Cowboys
that.
all the way. That should be 100% Cowboys.
Man, Byron just looking fresh, and then you go to the highlighters.
Man, like, am I okay? I
You're
know
the only one.
Dallas
You're the only one.
Dallas looks clean, but I
93.7%.
dig that right.
That picture of the triplets, they show up Prescott, Elliott, and Bryant.
I know.
Cowboys color rush.
I like the yellow Rams uniform. I don't know.
I like them too. They're nice, but I would rather own.
I mean, the Dallas ones are clean. They're nice.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, warm and fuzzy, there were some really awesome things that went on in the National Football League this week, and we are not going to skip over them. Deshaun Watson, our brother, down the street in Texas. We'll talk more about that next. All smiles here because we are getting warm and fuzzy, reminding you of the great things that happened in the NFL earlier this week. And the first one was just down the road in Houston with Deshaun Watson. Take a listen.
For the cafeteria ladies, that's been helpful for all of us, so it's gonna be cool. Hey, how are y'all? For what y'all do for us every day and never complain. I really appreciate y'all. So I wanted to give my first game check to y'all to help y'all out some type of way. So here you guys go.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Guys, obviously things are, rough with Hurricane Harvey, but I would say the city of Houston has a lot to look forward to with Deshaun Watson.
I like this guy a lot.
Deshaun Watson, I think you guys remember Davo said, hey, if you don't draft him, you're missing out on Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was everything you wanted him on the court and off the court. And that's what we're seeing from Deshaun Watson already. I think what he did for these ladies is just remarkable. And at first, I was a little bit upset that they filmed it. I thought, oh, should it be an intimate moment? But seeing their reaction was everything.
It was priceless. And we had to share it here with the Cowboys. So good on you, Deshaun Watson. Next up, let's go to an NFC East rival for the Philadelphia Eagles at what happened earlier this week.
This guy's a superhero if he makes this. I'll give him my game check. He makes it. Woo! Whoa! Come on, Elliott. Come on, big four.
The kick is away. And the kick is... It's gone! And the Eagles win! They win! The longest kick in Eagles history!
Guys, Dan Bailey, the most reliable guy, the most accurate kicker in the NFL, his longest field goal ever is 56 yards. This is about 5 more yards. Actually, not about. It is 5 yards more than this. And he's a rookie. A rookie.
Keep in mind,
he's loaded.
Also, Carson Wentz is the number 2 overall pick, so that's a hefty game check he's giving
Sure
up.
is. Let's go to Out of Bounds. Let's give some bold predictions for the game, and I mean bold. Dave, I want bold. You're up first.
I don't know if this is bold enough, but I'm telling you right now it's going to happen. We said earlier in the show, this is Dez's best matchup of the season. Trumaine Johnson, I don't think he's on that level with those other guys. He's going to have a big game, 100 yards or more, probably going to get in the end zone too. I think he's going to look like that dude, like the X guy that we're used to seeing.
Dez Bryant.
Big game for Dez.
Okay.
Hey, I like that, but you know what, guys? We've given you a lot of information about Jared Goff, and yes, he's the #1 overall pick. but he's going to have 2 picks in this game. He is going to give the Cowboys 2 little gifts in interceptions, and maybe they go to Anthony Brown, maybe they go to Jordan Lewis. I don't know, but it's going to be kind of a rough start for him.
Well, Tay, I don't know if you guys were reading the screen, but that was my bold prediction, so you just gave a perfect little intro.
Spoiler alert. That's okay.
Spoiler alert. The Cowboys get to Jared Goff at least 6 times. At least.
Hey.
I'm just saying. Let's go for it.
Hey.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. Let's take a break. When we come back, we've got OT. Stay with us for the final minutes of Cover 4, presented by JCPenney.
Cowboys Cover 4 was brought to you by AT&T. Mobilizing your world. SWBC Mortgage. Prepare to win. Call SWBC for all your insurance needs. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. Want to tour AT&T Stadium? For more information, call 817-892-TOUR or visit dallascowboys.com/tours.
Taylor Stern, take us to OT.
Hey guys, I know we've made fun of him, and we've given him a hard time, but I miss you, Manny. Can't wait for you to be back next week. Be a good time.
I don't miss Manny at all, for whatever it's worth. But win, lose, or draw this week, remember, the Rams gave up everything to draft Jared Goff #1. Cowboys found Dak at pick 135.
See you guys next week.